We are back for another day of sports betting this Friday the 8th of August, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my top 2 bets in the English Championship. Slowly but surely, each week the major leagues are starting to come back. Within about 2 to 3 weeks, be fully back to normal. All of the major leagues in Europe will be here and we will be absolutely firing on all cylinders. But nevertheless, as we do on every single video, let's recap our last video, which was in the EFL. We had 3 bets in total. One of them was like a parlay with friendlies that was on. We had 2 wins and 1 loss somehow in the friendly games. I say somehow, just don't stay away from friendlies in general. But we bet on Napoli to beat Brest. That didn't happen, but we still made 2 units. A profitable day nevertheless, so we won't complain. We are now in the green for this regular season. If you appreciate transparency, honesty and results, feel free to subscribe. Don't hide no losses. Going to be keeping a full track record of every win and every loss, as I did last season, so you could see where you would be if you followed along to my sports plays. We made around about 175 units last season, having 70 more wins than losses. At a target of around about 200 units, we fell just short of that. Same target again for this season. Going to be looking to make about 200 to 250 units, okay? So let's get straight into it. So we've got 2 bet builders, both Birmingham and Ipswich. I'm going to be parlaying the Galatasaray game. I'm not going to really speak about our bet. You can see by there is a first under 10 minutes. We're taking the under 10 minute line between Birmingham and Ipswich. But this is the bet that I'm going to speak about, the bet of the day, as I always break down. I'm going to be taking under 5 goals, over 3 corners for Birmingham, under 7 cards and 1.5 shots on target for both teams, and no red card. The last past, I don't really like to look too deep into past games because teams change, systems change, but the last game between these 2 teams in February the 24th, 2004 ended 3-1. Both teams had well over 1.5 shots on target. Ipswich had 10, Birmingham had 5. Okay, the cards, there was 4, and the corners, Ipswich had 7 and Birmingham were away and they had 5. So every line on the bet builder that we're taking today hit on the previous game, which is something you like to see. But let's talk about the metrics, and we're going to start on the goal line. Taking under 5 goals, first game of the season in the Championship. I think it's going to start off fairly slow, to be fair. Birmingham, if you take a little look at the last past 5 games, every single one of those games has hit under 5 goals, and that's the exact same with Ipswich as well. So I'd be very, very surprised if this game went over 5 goals. I think it's going to end up around about 2 to 3, if I have to call it correctly. Over 3 corners for Birmingham. They are at home, and last season at home they averaged more corners than away. That is kind of the case for most teams, if we're being totally honest. The volume you will see to pick up on when teams are playing on their home turf. But let's break down the corners just a little bit more. So this game has a projection of around about 9.3 corners, so 9.5. Birmingham, they average in the first half 4.67 corners, and in the second half, games of all of them average around about 4.56. So we've gone with the low over, to be fair, for volume. I do feel comfortable in that over 4 corner line for Birmingham. We'd like to keep it nice and simple. The under 7 card mark, the projected amount of cards for this game is fairly low, sitting around about 2.5. So again, we've took the highest under 4 value. The over 1.5 shots on target for both teams. I would not be surprised if that came in the first half. I've looked at conversion rates, and everything just seems to be pointing at that. The conversion rate for both these teams, Birmingham 15%, Ipswich 9. Shots on target per game for Birmingham is 5 for Ipswich, for giving you an average between both teams of 5. So we took the lowest possible under. I do feel like Birmingham are going to control the first half of this game. I think it's going to be a lot of volume input coming from them. Corners, shots on target, all that good stuff. The no red cards probability line, of course, if someone decides to headbutt someone, there's completely nothing I can do. We've looked at the referee as well in regards to that. I'm going to be advising to stick 2 units on both these bet builders. Hoping to get a nice little sweep because we've got a busy day Saturday. So let's see if we can go 2-0, take that momentum over onto Saturday and just stack up the units slowly over these next 2 weeks, because when these major leagues come back, La Liga, Premier League, Serie A, there's going to be double, triple uploads and the volume is going to pick up massively on this channel. So like I said, if you appreciate transparency, honesty and results in general, subscribe. I see you boys in the next video tomorrow. We've got some UFC coming up as well Saturday, so a busy weekend. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.